Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's Words of Wisdom. Today's was sent out on May 29th in our emails from the Daily Words of Wisdom. If you don't know, if you go to our Happy Science official website, you can actually subscribe to the Daily Words of Wisdom. And then every single, in the US it'll be in the morning, but you'll receive one email a day with these Words of Wisdom. So today's was sent out for those who are subscribed on May 29th, and I quote, "When you become able to channel spirits, it is all the more important to have substantial amount of knowledge and a properly functioning balance between spiritual and worldly matters. There are many different ways of thinking for humans, and knowledge about the possible ways of thinking will help you to avoid being manipulated by the spirits." From The Laws of Secret by Master Ryuho, Okawa, Lord Alcantara. Thank you very much. All right, so the first part of today's Words of Wisdom is he starts out by saying, when you become able to channel spirits. Not many can do that. Here in Happy Science, there are official, what do we call them? Not spiritual masters, spiritual channelers, I think, but official channelers. So they can actually channel spirits. But usually it can only occur when Master Ryuho Okawa is sitting in front of them and is guiding the spirits to kind of like enter that person's body so that that person will become the medium to be able to speak the spirit's thoughts. So usually the Master Okawa's presence is a must, is necessary. But there are like about a dozen actual spiritual channelers here at Happy Science, and Happy Science disciples. So then this teaching may not seem relevant to us. Reality check. I think it's important to know this reality. However, we have to understand that Master's teachings aren't given just for the modern day people. He always says that, as Shakyamuni Buddha prophesies that he'll be reborn 2,600 years after his death in the land of East, Master Ryuho Okawa is also prophesizing his rebirth, and that's going to be 3,000 years from now. So until the next for the next 3,000 years, while Master Lord Alcantara is still in heaven, we disciples here on earth are going to have to make the efforts to be able to sustain these teachings and create a better world based on the teachings that he has left. Which means the teachings he's leaving right now, it's not just for the people who are living now, but it could be for people 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now, or even 2,000 years from now. That is what he's trying to do, because a lot of religions, as you know, proven in history, after the founder dies, there are fundamentalists that get stuck to the teachings from the past, and they make mistakes because of it. So Master doesn't want to repeat that kind of mistake. He's giving us teachings that will be relevant for the people in the future. So even if you don't feel that you're a spiritual channeler just yet, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be one in the future. That's Reverend Kaz. And that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be one in the future. So there is always a possibility that you will be a spiritual channeler. And not only that, when you do practice Master Ryuho Okawa's teachings, you do become more receptive to spiritual inspiration. And the more receptive you become, today's Words of Wisdom becomes it becomes so important. We need to balance out worldly knowledge with spiritual matters, because beings in the spirit world don't have physical bodies, so they're not used to the rules that apply to this three-dimensional world, and they send us inspirations based on their life. And for them, the biggest difference, I don't know, maybe one of the biggest difference that I feel from this three-dimensional world and the spirit world, based on Master Ryuho Okawa's teachings and my experiences, is that time exists in this world, and time doesn't in the spirit world. So for them, something that is going to is occurring, could take 1,000 years for us here on earth for it to happen. For them, it may feel like a year, but for us, it could be 1,000 years. So there is always that like speed gap of the manifestation that occurs between how we feel and how they feel. So anyhow, that's just one example, but I just wanted to share with you that Master Okawa's teachings aren't just for the happiness for the modern day people, but also are given for the future generations. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.